Hello, Aquarius. It's Maggie the Irish Gypsy bringing you your January 2025 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the second half of January 2025, and this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. I hope you're all doing well as we continue to move through the beginning of a brand new year. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, this is for you. Cross-watchers, if you're cross-watching for an Aquarian, this video is relevant for you as well. It is a general reading, so it might resonate a little differently for everyone who watches. Take what works for you, leave the rest. If you know your other star signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch those videos as well for any additional perspective or insight. If something really hits home and resonates with you and you'd like to take a deep dive on it and explore it a bit, and perhaps reach out for a personal reading with me, for yourself or as a gift for someone else, or you simply like the reading style, you can email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also see that contact information by clicking on the description of this video, clicking on that word more. You'll see that there, along with my PayPal Me link for those of you who care to donate anything in support of my channel. Always my gratitude to those of you that do. Thank you so much. I would love to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you quickly the same day or within 24 hours with more information. I do offer lots of different reading choices, all areas of life, different types, length, cost, styles, spreads. There's a little something in there for everyone. The 6 and 12-month overviews are still very popular right now. They take a look at all aspects of life for the next 6 or 12 months. A lot of people like to do those at the end of one year and the beginning of a new one. And I'm also quite focused and quite diligent about the timely scheduling of personal readings, as this is what I do full time. So if you're interested, email me. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what the second half of January 2025 has in store for you. We begin with the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Coins. Looks like some of you are feeling helpless, even though you're really not. It might be that on financial and material matters, you might feel like you don't have enough, right? This is a card of insufficiency and lack, the 5 of Coins or Pentacles. You know, robbing Peter to pay Paul, juggling bills. It might be that you don't have a job that pays enough, or you don't have a job. On an emotional level, this can represent, maybe feeling not good enough, rejected, abandoned, betrayed, or kind of shut out of something. And the 8 of Swords represents feeling helpless about it, although you're really not. I mean, swords are governed by the element of air, which governs this, our intellectual landscape, which is about our belief systems and our ideologies and how we perceive things. So the 8 of Swords represents somebody who feels helpless and stuck because the external challenges they would have to go through are too difficult or too hard. So all of these swords can represent, all the reasons, excuses, and justifications we give ourselves for why we can't get out of a situation or why we can't affect any positive changes in a situation. But it's usually fear, doubt, and insecurity, a fear of things being too hard, that keep us kind of stuck in that cycle. We can free ourselves if we want to. Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So God's thumb, I like to call this card. Divine timing and orchestration brings something in for you, a change, an opportunity with judgment to make a significant decision. This is Spirit providing you, perhaps through a situation, an event, people, providing you an opportunity to re-examine yourself, right? Re-examine your life goals, your motives, what you're really wanting, what you think you need to do to get them. I mean, Judgment is sometimes called the second chance card, but, Judgment is a little different than Justice. Justice is, the rule of law, the black and white, what is right and wrong, fair and equitable. Judgment is kind of that point in the courtroom drama where the defendant takes the stand in their own defense. That's kind of judgment, right? And what they do, what they choose, what they say can make a difference in the outcome of something, right? Which judgment can too, but judgment is pretty final. And it often represents a last chance or a last opportunity to be able to account for yourself and make perhaps different decisions moving forward to mitigate that, right? So Spirit is bringing some kind of opportunity here for you to do that, to kind of re-examine yourself, re-examine your goals, your actions, your behaviors, your motives, meaning giving you an opportunity to change something moving forward. In spite of the fact that you're like, well, I can't because of this, and I can't because of that, and I can't. You can. Spirit's going to provide you the opportunity here. You can choose to take it or not take it, free will, free agency, but it's like Spirit saying, here is one last chance. So next we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about going kind of beneath our thoughts and beneath our surface emotions, especially if those emotions are fear and doubt and insecurity and apathy. And underneath that to our intuition, which some people call higher self, some people call gut instinct, that inner wisdom, that sense of knowing. And it's also an indication that you kind of know what you need to do here with the Knight of Cups. So intuition is telling you something about this Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups knows what they want. They know what is important to them, especially on an emotional level, and they do not hide it. They make it very clear, and they go after it. You know, knights usually represent offers and opportunities for change, the speed at which situations move. The Knight of Cups is the Knight of Water, the Knight of emotion. If this is like a love and romance situation or relationship, this might be taking that relationship to the next level. And intuitively, you know that you should make the offer, accept the offer, do that. There's some reasons and excuses getting in the way. I mean, it doesn't have to be love and romance. I don't know. It could be any situation in life, and this is a general reading. So it might be a work, career, job opportunity. It might be love and romance. But it definitely represents that you may have been kind of resting on your laurels or giving yourself maybe different reasons and excuses why you can't move forward or affect any changes in it, but Spirit's going to bring you an opportunity, possibly for some of you the last opportunity to do it differently this time. From the bottom of the deck, representing the overall energy or focus for the second half of January 2025, Aquarius, is the Nine of Swords. Way, way, way too much stress, anxiety, worry, and fear of an unknown future. This is kind of like the second stage because it falls after this Eight of Swords, right? This Eight of Swords is like, well, I can't because of this, and I can't because of that, and I can't because of the other thing, and I can't, and you know, but then we're here at the Nine of Swords, which is like, okay, but if I do this, what if this terrible thing happens? And if I don't do this, that terrible thing would happen. And if I take a chance and do that, this horrible thing could happen, right? It's an obsessive overthinking it, over obsessing about it, but almost always with the worst possible negative outcome till it gets to be so big and horrible in your head that it doesn't actually even match the reality, boots on the ground reality of the problem, and it can keep you paralyzed and stuck, right? Okay, let's peel that back just a little bit. Nine of Swords. Temperance, death, and the Knight of Swords again. Look, it feels like this is an already formed situation or a situation that has already been in place for some time. And again, it's unclear to me what area of life. So this could be like a job. It could be a relationship, anything really. It feels like you're afraid of everything happening, from anything bad happening, no matter what you choose, right? It's like, well, if I don't do anything, then I'm going to end up losing, right? But if I do something, I could end up losing too, because it might end up being the worst choice. So I'm just going to stay stuck here. That's kind of the energy here. It's like, I'm worried about something ending. I'm worried about, learning how to be able to, keep my balance in the middle of change. I'm worried about doing this. I'm worried about doing that. And still kind of stuck there. Almost feels a little bit like some of Aries' past readings. Let's take a look at this Eight of Swords, Five of Coins. The Hermit, the Two of Wands, and the High Priestess again. The High Priestess twice here, which is a pretty good indicator that for many of you, if not for all of you, underneath the 8 and 9 of Swords energy, underneath that, your intuition knows what path you should take. The Hermit is also, like the High Priestess, a very spiritual and a very knowing path and court card. Because the Hermit's walked a long road of life already, and so he's gained a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and experience, and he uses that to light his path and to help guide him moving forward. And the Two of Wands, of course, is the decision. You know, you're again, it feels like you're stuck. Some of you maybe even almost paralyzed at a crossroads. You know that if you don't act and make some kind of choice or movement in one direction or the other, you're going to end up losing simply by staying stuck at the crossroads. It may be that the choice to do anything positive moving forward may be removed from you, like the opportunity will pass. Kind of stuck at the crossroads energy. But again, underneath that, a strong intuitive sense of what you should do. So Wheel of Fortune and Judgment here is, the opportunity, perhaps a final one. Cards just flipped around here. Okay. Wheel of Fortune and Judgment. We have the Knight of Swords, we have Justice, and the Four of Wands. Interesting, because in relationship realm, the Four of Wands and Justice often is a classic combination for marriage. So for some of you, it might be taking a relationship to that next level. Justice is, the rule of law card. It's doing the right thing, the accepted norm, right, black and white, rule of law sort of thing, fair, equitable, even moral, ethical thing. The Knight of Swords represents that this is an opportunity that you need to move on pretty quickly, because that's what the Knight of Swords does, right? He's very decisive, action-oriented, doesn't waste any time moving forward with that plan. This has an effect on and might also be influenced by the important emotional connections you have. Friends, family might also be encouraging you here, and they might also be influencing it. And the outcome of this, depending on what you choose, may also have an effect on them as well. High Priestess and Knight of Cups. Again, it feels like you know what you should do. You're just afraid of it. And, it might be because of perhaps experiences in the past. Maybe there was the same or similar situation long ago or something like that, and it didn't work out well, and now you've, once burned, twice shy kind of energy. But here, it feels very much like Spirit is going, you know what to do here. High Priestess, Knight of Cups. Okay, we have the Four of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Cups. The Four of Cups, it's kind of a cautionary card in and of itself. It represents somebody who's being offered something beautiful, an offer opportunity. They're looking at it, but they're making no move to take it. There's a sense of perhaps laziness, entitlement, or apathy here. They have 3 cups, so they figure they don't necessarily need whatever that fourth one represents. It can be a card of forgetting to count your blessings, taking what you have for granted, that it's always going to be there, and missing out on what might be a truly beautiful opportunity because of this sense of sort of apathy or, The Hierophant, the tried and true way, the traditional path, the norm. Again, for those of you with relationships, it's marriage. I mean, it could be, any other kind of situation. It could be a legal situation for some of you. Whatever the conflict or the issue is, again, it feels like underneath all the fear and doubt and insecurity, you know what to do. It's either do that or, walk away, or accept that it's going to be removed from you if you don't choose it. And it doesn't feel like it's going to come back around again. Some of you, it's also time to abandon old or set aside old belief systems and ideologies that may have worked for you at one point, may have kept you safe and protected at one point, but they're no longer necessary. In fact, they're interfering with your growth and evolvement moving forward on this path. So let's end with advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Judgment just flipped around again. I'm using a different deck to clarify, so yeah. I feel like this is a last chance for some of you. I mean, in work and career, it can represent going for something, even if, you don't think you would get it or something like that, or trying for a job or trying for a position or something like that. There's this sense that you might not feel good enough somehow for this. But that depends on whether you're willing to step up to the plate or not. Okay. The World, the Nine of Cups. It's time to move on. The World is the last major arcana card in the tarot. It's a card that speaks of graduation and moving on to a new level here. The Nine of Cups is wishes granted, wish fulfillment. The Ten of Cups, happy home, happily ever after, white picket fence, home, family, marriage, children. The Ten of Pentacles, long-term stability and security. It's the whole ball of wax here. It feels like the thing that you're trying to talk yourself out of needing, wanting, or being good enough for is the very thing that will actually complete your life, right? That will round out your life and be like the best thing ever. You've got the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles here. But for some reason, you're resisting it. I think for some of you, it may be a fear that, maybe this won't be the best decision, or maybe I can't measure up. Maybe I can't be the person this person wants me to be or thinks I am or whatever, or maybe I'll screw it up, or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe, what if I do this and it's the wrong decision, I mean, that's that Eight of Swords energy. It's all those swords representing all these different ideas that want to keep us stuck, right? But Spirit here is saying, look, the best thing for you is this thing, and I think that you know this. But again, free will, free agency, so I'm going to leave it there. Aquarius, those are your messages for the second half of January 2025. For those of you for whom this made sense and resonated and really hit home, I hope it was helpful for you. If it did, and you'd like to pull the curtain back on it and take a deeper look and explore it, and reach out for a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, or again, you simply like the reading style, email me at Maggie_McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that contact information by clicking the description of this video, clicking on that word more. You'll see it there. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the next set of readings. Until then, stay safe, stay well, be blessed as we move through the beginning of this new year. I hope to see you back here again soon, and I hope to hear from some of you as well. Take care. Bye-bye.